Today is Sunday, September 1st, and this is another update on my progress beating the S&P 500 along with Bill Ackman's Pershing Square holdings. I do make these videos every Sunday and Tuesday, so if you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Since my last update, I decided to sell 20% of what I held in Nvidia. Before I sold the 20% from Nvidia, it was my biggest position. Even after the sale, it's still in my top 5. I do still have confidence that the stock is going to perform pretty well, but I wanted to lock in some of the profits and spread it throughout some of my other positions. And with the proceeds from the Nvidia sale mixed with a little bit of cash that I still actually had on hand, I decided to put 25% of what I already held back into Spotify and Shopify. So now by increasing each of those positions by 25%, it brings it more in line with what I actually want it to be. This is what the SPY chart currently looks like. The market had some declines on Wednesday and Thursday, even dropping below the 5-day moving average by just a little bit before eventually spiking up on Friday. So for right now, everything looks exactly how we want it to. The SPY price is above the 5-day and the 15. From where we are right now, we need just about a 0.25% gain to get above the all-time high level that was set back on July 16th. So once again, I've switched this black line to represent the 50-day moving average. I talked about in the last update how it was going to be critical for the 50-day moving average to get above this red trend line. The last time that we tried to get above that level, it ended up failing towards the end of July, which is when we had that massive downturn. And where it is right now is pretty much the closest that it's going to be able to get to without actually trying to get above it. But it's going to be super critical that the market performs very well this week to ensure that we get above that red trend line. Because if not, it is possible that we end up having another downturn leading into Jerome Powell's next Fed speech, which is going to be Wednesday, September 18th. This is the first page of all my current positions. Right now, it's showing 13 out of 17. Currently, Costco, General Electric, Apple, Goldman Sachs, and Nvidia make out my top 5. And those account for 37.28% of my portfolio. Right now, Apple is my biggest winner with a 21.7% gain. I'm anticipating that if the market has a pretty good week, then Amazon, Google, and Microsoft should finally be able to get out of the red. But for right now, I'm still hanging on to them. And this is the second page showing my remaining 4. Right now, I have 98.26% of my portfolio invested with 1.74 sitting in cash. Since Wednesday, the S&P 500 had a gain of 0.38. My portfolio is actually completely unchanged. And Pershing Square had a gain of 1.35, which brings us year to date. The S&P 500 has a gain of 19.09. My portfolio is at a gain of 17.28. And Pershing Square on the year has a gain of 8.8. That's going to do it for today. The market is closed on Monday, so my next update is going to be next Sunday. So I'll catch you then.